It's time for bird of the day. It's time for bird of the day. We are so happy here today because it is time for bird of the day. Yeah. All right, because it is Friday the 13th, and we're going to do a little spooky bird. So, last October, I did a whole series of spooky birds, but for some reason, I never saw this one. I probably would have done it in October if I'd seen it, but it's a cool bird. And we're going to learn about this cool bird. So what bird am I talking about? Well, you'll see what I'm talking about when I go to the next slide, because here it is. Today's bird of the day is the Vulturine Guineafowl. Look at that badass bird. I mean, that is like... I mean, if you want a bird villain for a movie, there's a bird right there. Look at that guy. Got the bald head, the bright red eyes. He's got like that half hair, like the Friar Tuck hair. And then, wow, look at those front feathers. The black and white stripes transitioning into the blue. I mean, come on. What a sweet looking bird. That's a sweet ass looking bird. Vulturine Guineafowl. I like them a lot. That's pretty sweet looking bird. So they're also known as the Royal Guineafowl. And how big are they? Well, about 22 to 28 inches long. But only a 28-inch wingspan. And when you find that the wingspan is about the same length as the bird itself, you know, you ain't got yourself a strong flyer. Now, these birds do fly, but not strong flyers. They weigh about 2.2 to 3.5 pounds, so it kind of puts them a little bit, you know, bigger than a chicken. Bigger than a chicken. Speaking of chicken, they are a galliform. And galliform is the order of birds that includes chickens and turkeys and quails and all them. So, well, I mean, it's the guineafowl. So this is a fowl bird. It's that's right, folks. He's a fowl bird. So of course he's a spooky bird. And yeah, they got about a 15-year lifespan. Not bad. That's pretty good. As you can see, they are restricted to a pretty small segment of the world. They're going to be hanging out there primarily in Kenya, but also bits of Somalia, Ethiopia, and Tanzania. So yeah, that's where you're going to find them, over there in, as they call, the Horn of Africa. Over there on the eastern side. Little African bird. Africa's got a lot of real cool birds. So, yeah, as I was saying, even though it's the Vulturine Guineafowl, they are not related to vultures any more than that they happen to both be birds. They're called the Vulturine because of their bald heads. That's, and so, you know, they are, you know, kind of scavenger birds, and they do a lot of the same activities that vultures do, and that they've evolved a bald head because they get their beaks and their face right into some carrion. And by not having feathers all over their heads, it prevents that goop getting in there, causing infections and all sorts of other nasty stuff. So yeah, not a vulture, but they do have some vulture-like tendencies. But yes, they're a member of the order of the chicken and the turkey and the quail and all that. Fowl bird. And much like many other birds in that order, they are excellent runners. I mean, look at those legs. Those are some dinosaur legs right there. We got ourselves like a little velociraptor guy right here. They run pretty fast. They run around. But they do fly. But they don't migrate. Their flight is mostly for defense and to just quick hop up to higher ledges and stuff. So, you know, because, you know, they go up in trees, hang out in trees, and so they'll fly up to a tree, but they're not going to have, like, long, sustained flights. They don't fly great distances. Their flights are kind of more short bursts. Get away from a predator and, you know, do all that sorts of fun stuff. But speaking of predators, apparently one of the biggest predators of the guineafowl is the guineafowl. These guys are mean birds. Very territorial. A male does not like other males coming around where his ladies are hanging out. And each male will try and mate with several ladies, and well, each lady is gonna be with several males. He's a polyamorous bird, to tell you what. And the males, they got their territory, like, this where my food is, this where my ladies is, and don't none of y'all come in my territory. And you know, and they've been known to fight each other to the death. Oof, this is brutal, brutal. Well, here's an interesting thing. That in terms of their appearance, you may be looking like, oh, look at all these birds with these bright blue feathers and the high contrast. Those must all be pictures of the males. I probably couldn't tell you which pictures that we've taken are males and females, because the best way to tell the difference between a male and a female is not by how they look. They look the same, about the same size, same color formations and all that. But the sex is determined really more by their behavior and their stature. The males stand taller and more aggressively, and they act more aggressively towards other folks in their brood. And they happen to know who's a male and a female. And so, yeah, if you see two going at each other aggressively, probably both males. And yeah, really, it's behavior and posture that tells how it's a male or a female. Well, that, you know, you get nice and close in there. Take a look at their little naughty bits. That's hard to tell from a distance. And you're a pervert if you do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But the thing is that as a galliform, they got a lot of good meat on them. And tasty meat. And well, as you see here, they have 3 clutches per season with up to 40 chicks. So they lay eggs pretty quickly. They lay a lot of eggs. So a lot of farmers in those countries where they live are starting to raise these domestically. The problem is that they're a little bit more temperamental than the chicken. Just a bit. So it's difficult, but a very skilled farmer. Wouldn't the males attack you for getting that close? Yes, they will. That's why they usually will only keep 1 male in captivity and lots of females. And because the females lay a lot of eggs, and the male won't have another one. But yes, the rooster, or I suppose it would be the Vulturine guinea cock. Yeah, the guinea cocks and the guinea hens. The guinea cock is going to be a tough one to have around your farm. He's going to be territorial. They will attack humans. Now, they don't weigh too much. I mean, they only weigh a couple pounds. So it's like, you know, one of these guys ain't going to kill you. But you can probably have pretty bloody shins after this guy comes after you. I wouldn't want one coming after me. He wouldn't be good. But yeah, farmers have been, you know, more in the last like decade or so, have started trying to domesticate these fellas. But come on, just stick with a chicken. I mean, these guys are a little temperamental and a little tough. But you know what? I think it's just because it's what's available to them. You know, you gotta do what's available, I guess. Yeah, their nests are usually kept up in trees. But the interesting thing is that a nest can be shared by several different hens. And so that nest may have, you know, lots and lots of eggs in it at a time. And the ladies will take turns incubating. That's kind of neat. And the incubation period is longer than most birds. It's quite a long time. And their eggshells much thicker and harder than most eggs. I mean, it's definitely up there. Instead, you know, like most babies, when they just do a little pecks, like little holes, and slowly break it apart. Not these guys. They're basically bursting out like, "Bah!" And the egg just splits in half, and they just burst out of it. And they're much more formed at birth than a little baby chick one. It's like it's already got feathers. It's like, yeah, it's still pretty small, but they're big. They're bigger, stronger, more fully formed than most baby birds when they hatch. And yeah, they fledge within just a few days. And I think it's because they do a lot more of their development in the egg than out of the egg. Feathery face, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Good way to put it, Bentai. Yeah. It's a real good way to put it. So yeah, but it's pretty typical with most Galliforms is that you'll have your head cock who will have his harem of ladies, and yeah, toughest biggest cock gets to mate with all the hens, and some of the weaker, smaller males don't get to do much at all. But it's the way it goes in the Galliform world. They're not nice cooperative breeders like us crows. But, you know, they gotta do their own thing. They gotta do their own thing. Besides, sir, part of their own thing is just looking really cool. He's just sweet ass silken bird. Sweet ass silken bird. But yeah, they seem to be doing all right in the territories where they live. Their populations are healthy and stable, so they are considered of least concern. That's good. That's good. And you know, I think most of the countries are trying to protect them. And you know, then domestication. I mean, nothing does more for the population of a bird than domestication. I mean, that's why there's 50 billion chickens in the world. There's so many chickens. Why so many chickens? And yeah, these guys are more like a chicken than a vulture, even though they're Vulturine Guineafowl. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, they're mean, nasty Galliforms. So it's just like, okay. So okay, okay. Yes. We eat the chicken. We eat the chicken. Too much chicken. Thanks. Appreciate that. So I'm gonna guess in this picture, he's probably all ladies. Because it got a little more leaned forward, and the fact that there's, you know, 6 of them hanging out together and they're not trying to kill each other means he's probably ladies. He's probably all ladies. Look at these beautiful ladies. So, okay, what are my thoughts on the Vulturine Guineafowl? Well, I kind of have to say they might be my favorite looking of all the Galliforms. You know, between chickens, turkeys, quails. I mean, these are the most beautiful. I mean, the head on there, it's just like it. You know, if they were red feathers instead of blue feathers, it's like they'd be like very much vampire. But you know, maybe some vampires who can wear blue. They got the red eyes. I mean, they got kind of that look to them. Like they would definitely be a villain bird, but a really cool villain. You know, and who's like, you know, got their fashion together. I mean, these beautiful, beautiful birds. But it's just like, you look at the middle of them, and you got the beautiful feathers. We got the black and white with the white spots, the streaks, and stuff. But then you got the long, nasty-looking chicken legs, and you got the bald heads with the red eyes. It's like, this bird is a bird of contrasts. And so I think it's really, I mean, just the design of this bird is very interesting. It hardly seems like it's a real bird. You know what I mean? It's just like, is this a real bird? You telling me this is a real bird? Yeah, it's a real bird. It's a real bird. So yeah, I don't even really know what to say more than that. It's just, I think they're pretty cool. But, I mean, I can't give them a high ranking because obviously they are foul. You know, I can't give a Galliform a high ranking. I just can't. But, I mean, definitely up there as far as Galliforms go. And besides, Galliforms are better than waterfowl. That's for damn sure. Is this a real bird? Is it just fantasy? But it's bird of the day. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, it's a cool bird. It, you know, definitely ranks high on the cool factor. It's kind of jerks. So, yeah. I like them. There's not much more to say than that. Good bird. Hope you like them too. So, we're going to call this bird of the day done. Not too much more that I got to say. I'm sure you got your own opinion on them. So, yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, could you use a like button down there? Could you push that? And if you like this video, hit subscribe, and it's gonna be a lot more. Got the playlist. So many birds of the day. Go check them out. And of course, you watch me on Twitch, and you can see this live. All right, so we're calling this done.